every year we have an awards ceremony, and we choose the best students in categories ranging from computer science to art to best short story right through. And these 14 students this year are honorees. 13 of them are here with us. One is unable to attend because he has examinations this week at his university. But it is always a pleasure for them to visit the country. Every year the council is in a different country, and they get to travel at the expense of CXC to meet with them. Sometimes they meet for the first time. They create friendships, long-lasting friendships, and they get to enjoy each other's company and the countries to which they visit.
Yes, so I didn't go to any extra lessons at all or anything, and I think that was the difference between me and lots of my peers, because I believe that it was very important to take time off and relax. I looked at a lot of cricket, I read, just to make sure that the tension didn't build up and I wouldn't become into some mental nut job. Yes, so, but since I didn't take any extra lessons, I had to do a lot of work on my own and with my dad, because, you know, he basically worked a lot with me. So, and my advice to anybody else is that it's really important to strike a balance between work and play, because, you know, you can't have too much of either.
Well, for me, I have always, since primary school, always wanted to excel, always wanted to be on top. Competition, I love competition. So from since SEA days, I placed one of the top students in Tobago, and then in CXC, I was there, ready and willing and fighting. Cape was the same thing. So hard work, determination, dedication have always been some of my key players in my studies. As the girl from Diana said before, balance. Play, work, always found a balance, because if you study too much, you will become a nutcase. You will become one. So play, I always found time to have fun with friends, go to the movies, but at the same time, always try to do homework on time, always try to fulfill studies, always try to do well in exams. And one thing I must say, there was some key supporters behind me that played an integral role in my success. That was teachers, parents, and most importantly, God.
You know, this job can be very frustrating at times, quite depressing at times. But there's some feel good, feel proud moments that you have, you know, and I think this is one of them. Because what I'm seeing here is, you know, the future of the Caribbean, and you get bombarded with so many negatives about young people. And when you have the opportunity to meet so many exceptional young people in one place at one time, I feel quite privileged. You know, you came to pay a courtesy call on me. It's like if I am paying a courtesy call on you. And I mean that in all sincerity. You are special people. And of course, as all special people, there is a special responsibility placed on you. I hope that you all will follow, you know, the advice of the young lady, and she will follow her own advice. Don't allow the expectations to weigh you down. Take some time off to enjoy being who you are. And I really want to wish you the best in your future endeavors. And of course, hopefully, what you've said here, we're going to pass it on to our people, and they'll help to motivate others to be a little bit like you. So once again, enjoy Tobago, but most importantly, enjoy life. You deserve it. Thank you very much.
Most of you will be going to do your first degree. When you are finished doing your first degree, I would suggest that you take at least 1 year off before going to do your second degree, that is the master's. Either take 1 or 2 years off and work. Why? When you go to do your master's or when you go to do your PhD, what you are supposed to do is to add to the wealth of knowledge or to solve a problem in the real world. Any bright student after your first degree, you can go and do your second degree and pass, and do your PhD and pass. all you have to do is to regurgitate what your lecturers tell you. But that is not the main purpose for a master's or a PhD. The real purpose for a master's degree or a PhD is to add to the wealth of knowledge or to solve a problem in the real world. And you can only know the problems in the real world if you work. Whatever field you may want to do, whether it's accounts, whether it's engineering, if you work in the real world and then you go on to do your master's or your PhD, you'll be in a better position to appreciate what you are doing. So that's one advice I want to give you. The second advice, if you are doing engineering, if you are doing medicine, I would want to suggest that you read history and economics in your spare time, because you must know where you come from. You must know your history. If you have to be a good doctor, if you have to be a good engineer, you have to interact with people. So you must know where you come from. You must know where you are going. So it's important to read this. You don't have to do it in exam. You can just read it as a hobby. The same thing with economics. You have economics for everyday life. Just read your economics. You'll understand what is going on in Europe, what is going on in Greece, what is going on in Spain, what is going on in Italy, what is going on in the United States, what is going on in the Caribbean. You don't have to study it, but you can read it so that you will be a better person. So two things, your history and your economics. And I would want to respectfully suggest, if it's possible, before you go on to do your master's and your PhD, try to have experience in the world of work first. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes,
Just token of more appreciation
Yes, thank you very
for
much.
the time you spent with us and the advice that you've given to the students.
Right, thank you very much.
We always take a piece. I want to give you a copy of it, sir. And we thank you very much for the time you spent with us and for seeing us and for interacting so wonderfully with these Caribbean students who have done so well in the examinations.
And I want you to take back a little touch into me. This is all.
Okay. Thank you. As a matter of fact, I was here earlier this year and I took time to rent a car and to drive around and to visit some of your spots.
That would remind you of something.
Yeah, okay.
Well, on behalf of the council and all the students present here, first of all, I'd like to say what an honor it is to be in your presence. I'm sure this is probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many of us, and I'm certain that we will all take back these fond memories. We'd like to thank you all for accepting our visit, and most of all for your sound advice and inspirational words. And I speak for all of us when I say that we will take your advice to heart, and we'll work and strive towards making a difference in this world and especially the Caribbean.